मैं ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਤੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਮੰਡੇ 7 ਵਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ So let's talk with Harjap. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਜਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਜੂਕੇਟ ਹੋ ਸਕਣ ਟੁਡੇਜ਼ ਗੈਸਟ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਟੌਪਿਕਲ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਟੀਵੀ ਤੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਹੰਗਾਮਾ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰਤਾ ਫॉर ਗੁੱਡ অর ਬੈਡ ਇਟ ਸਪਾਰਕ ਡਿਬੇਟ ਐਂਡ ਵੈਰੀ ਹੈਪੀ ਟੂ ਸੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ 2 ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਸੈਚਰਡੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ITV ਤੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਚੈਨਲ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਆਇਆ TV ਤੇ ਔਨ ਦ ਡੇਟਿੰਗ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕੋਲ ਟੇਕ ਮੀ ਆਊਟ ਤਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ 30 ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਸੀ they had to pick him ਚਲੋ ਐਂਡ ਜੋ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ and the fallout from it or the good things from it you know that he's been on the BBC Asian Network on BBC West Midlands now ਸਾਡੇ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਕਿਸਮਤੀ ਹੈ he's with me and ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਵਾਈਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਇੱਥੇ to talk to him and the first thing is if I want to talk about someone and if any rule of TV is ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ you should invite that person on to give their point of view ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਕਰਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਫਾਈ ਦੇ That's no good. That's the first rule of justice as well. That's the first rule of journalism as well. If you're going to make allegations against somebody, you should bring them on to talk to the show. And I'm very happy to say कि मैं इन्होंने Twitter पे ऐड किया मैसेज किया कि Param I'd love to have you on the show. And Param responded, "आ दे मेरा नंबर भाजी, तू दस मैं कित्थे आवां कदों आवां?" And I'd like to talk to the public and yourself. So Param, welcome to the show.
Hi Job, thanks so much for having me down. Yeah, brilliant.
Sat Sri Akal to everyone.
Sat Sri Akal, yeah, thank you. Sat Sri Akal to the audience as well.
Param, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆ ਦੱਸ ਤੇਰਾ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਰਿਹਾ on Take Me Out? How was your experience?
Oh यार, the experience ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਰਿਹਾ. I was it's a real privilege to do a show with Paddy McGuinness. Yeah. I've made so many friends along the journey. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ 3 ਮੁੰਡੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਬੜੇ ਮਲਾਪੜੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਇੱਕ ਲਿਵਰਪੂਲ ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਬੋਨਮਥ ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਆਇਰਿਸ਼ ਮੁੰਡਾ So it's been a fantastic experience to sort of meet people and I've got to know the girls as well and some of them I've never met. A lot better than they wanted to know you on the show hopefully. Yeah. It's been really interesting because they may have never, some of them have never maybe met a Sikh before and
or anyone with a turban.
Or even a guy with a turban. So I think over the last sort of month as we've got to know each other they've got to understand me and my culture a little bit better.
Some of the principles.
Yeah, and some of the principles. And we've got a lot of respect for each other. So it's been a fantastic experience, really.
Param, how did this whole thing come about? What did they bring you up, or did you apply for it, or what?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I've been on the sort of singles market, as it were.
Shelf. Shelf, we'll call it, mate. That market becomes a shelf very quickly.
Yeah, basically. I'm probably on the shelf now, to be fair.
Better than being in the freezer. That's the next place. So you've been single for a while.
Yeah, I've been single for a while, and
you've been looking for.
I've been looking for a while, and I've tried a few of the different sort of avenues that.
What about the Desi system or auntie and shangy girls?
Yeah, I've tried the Desi system. What it is, my parents we come from quite a small family, so my parents would have loved to introduce me to some girls, but they were like, Param ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਲਾਸ਼ੇਰੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੱਥ ਪੈਰ ਮਾਰ ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹੇ. So I'm having to go to sort of like speed dating type events, run by the big Asian sort of
Asian speed dating and stuff like
Asian speed date kind of events, with the sort of Gurdwara matrimonial service as well. And so I've tried all those, and on Charlie.com as well, let's get that one in there.
Oh, you're on Charlie.com as well?
Yeah. So I tried all those and wasn't necessarily having much luck, and then my brother just one day, he just sent a link. Pata nahi ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ email link ਆਇਆ ਰੱਬੀ ਰੱਖ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਰੱਬੀ ਜਾਣਦਾ. And he just said one line, he says, Param, what do you think? And ਨਾਲ ਇਹ link ਸੀਗਾ take me out ਦਾ. ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਬਾਕੀ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਤਾਂ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰ ਮਾਰ ਲਈ
ਇੱਕ ਵੀ ਹੱਥ ਤੋਂ ਮਾਰ ਲੈਣੇ
ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰਾ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ So applied, and then The day after, I got a call from the Take Me Out team and said, Param, we really like your application. You seem like a really interesting guy. Tu aaja sade office aaja, audition kar la, and then we'll take it from there. So went to the office the next day, and they really liked me as a person.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, how many did you see other applicants there as well, or not?
Yeah, there was loads of other applicants. To be honest,
Were there other Asians there?
no.
Anyone with a turban?
No.
So you was the only one?
Yeah.
So you must have felt a bit, hold on, I'm a bit intimidated here. Are they going to pick me or are they not?
Yeah.
Or were you confident?
Yeah, to be fair, I think they may have given me more preference. I think they Take Me Out, I was looking at the show this week, and they had a Welshman,
yeah.
and they make sure that they represent
the whole of the UK.
The whole of the UK.
Yeah, okay.
And they're trying to get the diversity of the UK on the show because it's a family show.
That's right, yeah.
It's sort of prime time, and it's a show.
And everyone of every culture watches it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think they're trying to make it as diverse as possible. So I think they were over the moon that a Pagwala Sardar sort of applied to the show. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's brilliant. So then you went to the auditions. What sort of stuff did they ask you at the auditions?
Yeah, so basically at the audition, you have to pretend you're coming down the lift, and they say, I was sort of, it's quite nerve-wracking because you basically have to do it. Like they do the whole thing where a kudi gives you a comment and you have to come up with a comment.
Right, really, yeah.
If she says something about your kapre, what you're going to say back, and you have to be nice. So they teach you, they give you a little bit of training, you don't want to be...
TV Don't pick your nose and all that, don't start doing this.
Exactly, don't disrespect the girls and, say something nice. Make sure the other... Because if you say to a कुछ कह दो, बाकी कुड़ियों ने कहना है
टूट के पै जाना
टूट के पै जाना उन्होंने बाकी ने because they're all mates as well. They've been living together for quite a while. So they train us in how to be good.
Polite.
How to be polite.
And sort of TV material.
Basically, yeah. We get a little bit of training on how to be sort of come across well and come across strong, confident, and all of that stuff. Yeah. It's still scary to do that.
Right.
When you have 20 cameras, you've got Paddy McGuinness. When you're on stage, you've got a big audience.
Was it a live audience there?
It was a live audience, yeah, of about 400 people. It's a very scary experience. Yeah, well, yeah.
You पहले ही लड़ रहे थे पागल
मैं क्या जे तो ब्याह हो जाए तो मैं लाल पानी का पा ही लवाना
तो 5 मिनट कर ही दइए काम
Exactly.
Now tell me something, right? Were you conscious that if you were going to go on the show, then there was a chance of you getting some bad press as well? Or did you just go there positively and think, look, this has got to be a good experience?
Yeah, I think when you put yourself out there and you're doing something new and there's no one in the community that has done it, I think you have to expect that there's going to be two sides of a coin.
Yeah.
You have
I think that's fair to say.
That's fair to say, isn't it? I mean, also a good friend of mine was telling me that in the Taoist philosophy they have a circle with a black, half of it is a black and half of it is white, and there's a black and a white dot.
Yeah.
And what it represents is that with the dark is also the light, that you can't separate the two.
Right.
So almost, if you're going to expect, I've made loads of friends through the journey of being on Take Me Out, but there's also been my critics. So you almost have to expect one goes hand in hand with the other, because maybe almost you can't separate the two.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think Punjabi ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਜੇ ਦਿਨ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਰਾਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆਉਣੀ ਆ ਜੇ ਸੂਰਜ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਚੰਦਰਮਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆਉਣਾ everything has an opposite. And I think that's quite, references are made to that in almost every religion.
Sure.
Where there's good, there's always bad. And that's what keeps the world in balance.
Sure, I think so.
ਜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਹੀ ਬਣ ਜਾਣ, that's no good either.
Yeah.
ਜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੈਡ ਹੀ ਬਣ ਜਾਣ, that's no good.
That's not good either,
So ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ there's a balance.
Yeah.
Now, when you were on the show, right, and when you came down that lift, how many lights were you expecting to go out? Honestly, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking, yaar, je do hi lights on rahe ta bhi shukar kar.
Yeah, shukar.
That's sorry, I'm honest. I hope, unless you had some big guns, Schwarzenegger style there, and you were sporting a big head sort of look, and you barred your brain off, and you had a six-pack. And then I thought, really, everyone at home, I'm sure that must have gone through it. I thought, you must have thought as well that the turban will put and the beard might put off a lot of girls.
Yeah, I think I mean, I don't have the build of a sort of an alpha male, you know, a big Punjabi. I'm not sort of a 6'4", where so, you know, I'm not Brad Pitt, you know, so I don't have any of those things, you know. Unfortunately, you know, God wasn't that kind when he gave me good looks. He was kind, but not that kind.
I was in the same queue, mate. I must have been behind you.
So that was, when I even did my audition, I said, look, there's always, you know, and they were like, look, what's your worst, they asked me in the audition, they said, what's your worst fear, Param? And I said, look, you know, you got to prepare for the worst, expect the best, but prepare for the worst.
Right.
The worst case scenario is you go down and you get no lighty all the way, you know, that's the worst case scenario. And so long as, I was like, you know, I was mentally prepared for that.
Yeah.
Because some of the Koreans, to be fair, they've probably never seen a Sikh before. They're from places like, you know, Liverpool, Blackpool, to the apne log ta rehande.
Yeah, that's right.
To the brown, Sikhano de
it doesn't.
brown.
Some of them are from places where, you know, I said Bournemouth and stuff like that. I wonder how many Sikhs live in Bournemouth. Not
exactly, probably not a lot.
Yeah, but as opposed to South or Birmingham.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're right. And some of that, and well, we'll go on to that as well later when about. One was evident from the comment that she made that she didn't know what a Sikh was. We will talk about it. We're not here to ham him up. I'm here to get the truth out of Param. We're going to talk the truth. But yeah, so when there were 10 lights on, oh, you must have thought like I did. Cool, he's done all right. He hasn't done too badly.
To be honest, 1/3 of the Korean keeping their light on, or you know something. You know, the guy that was on first, Ben. To be honest, he's pretty, by any standards,
mate,
he's hot.
I thought,
he's hot, basically.
I thought,
I just put my white flag out, you know, so when the Korean obviously saw him come out as first, and then I remember coming out the lift and seeing some of the girls were a little bit shocked. You know, so obviously they've cut it really well, but some of the Korean were, let's be honest, a little bit shocked.
So you didn't meet the girls beforehand, before you went on the ride?
No, so we never meet the girls. It's a shock for me to see them, it's a shock for them to see me.
That's right.
And
it's daunting standing there in front of 30 girls.
Well, it's very...
Trying to chat them up.
Yeah, it's very scary, and you know, it's all, you know, the girls are making their lines on the, you know, on the cuff. I'm coming up with things on the cuff, you know, I've thought of some lines, but you can't prepare for all eventualities. And yeah, to have like 1/3 of the lights left on is brilliant, you know.
He was right, he was thinking, Shad Gal Bani Jave.
Yeah, it was looking good. It was looking good, yeah, for sure, yeah.
And then that comment was made about the turban, about the turban and about using it as a storage.
Sure.
And that your reply to that, you obviously made that. That's what seems to upset a lot of people.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, let's keep in mind that some of the girls maybe have never seen a Sikh before.
Right.
I've not told people my religion, so I've not sort of made an announcement that I'm a Sikh or I follow my...
And you never tweeted about anything saying I'm a Sikh, I'm going to be representing the Sikh.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know, I'm a Tari Sikh, I'm going to be representing this and all that.
Yeah, sure.
You just went on as Param, right?
I've gone on as Param, you know, my dance was Param style, so
yeah,
it's all
we'll talk about that later.
So, you know, I'm not claiming to represent like Indians or Punjabis or religion or anything like that.
When she said that comment, what went through your head?
To be honest...
Or did you have enough time to react? Or what was that?
Yeah, it was interesting because you basically get about, you know, you've got about 20 cameras looking at you, 400 audience at the back. Paddy McGuinness, I'm just looking at Paddy, she said that, and I'm looking at Paddy McGuinness.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling sorry for Paddy because all show hai, meri show thodi hai.
That's right, yeah.
And he's feeling uncomfortable. Yeah. So he's running around.
Yeah.
And he jumps into the audience to hide his head because he's a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
Some of the Korean are like, oh God, ki kya hota Korean hai.
So some people have clocked on, and you must have clocked on at that stage that, hold on, she said...
Yeah, it's a little bit...
And how do I handle it?
Yeah, it's a bit inappropriate. So, but I get about 3 seconds to kind of think in my head, what am I going to say? Jo pehla mere dimag vich aaya, main keh chhadiya.
Yeah.
So, you know, I said just something about, you know, I've got loads of space there. I was like, you know, at that point in time, you've got 2 choices. You've got either you can appear as a sort of a compassionate, loving person that is okay, understands has, you know, it's clear. It's clear in the audience. It's inappropriate.
It's tolerant.
Yeah, I can be either shown to be tolerant or I can show to be intolerant.
Or you could have gone on a flex and, you know, you could have effed them blind, right?
Exactly.
You could have said something rude to her. Said something to upset her.
Exactly. So with those choices in mind,
did it go through your head?
Everything goes through my head. To be honest, I'm a very kind, loving person, so I would never
abuse a lady.
I would know not to. It's not really in my nature to be nasty to someone or to say bad things to someone. I don't have a nasty bone in my body. That's just the way you are. That's just the way God made me. God made me like that. So those kind of thoughts wouldn't have gone into my head. The only thing I was thinking was, what could I say that could be witty enough and that could just maybe just calm the situation down a bit.
Yeah.
But I just said whatever came to my head basically and had a kind of a laugh and just kind of went with the flow. That was the only thing I could do.
Do you regret saying it? After reading some comments on some websites and your tweet, you got attacked personally. Do you regret now saying that, or do you think I should have just stayed quiet at all, or I should have said something else? Or if you'd had more time, would you have said something else?
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, we can sort of analyse things and say, actually I could have maybe approached it this way or that way, and I could have maybe said something else that could have been maybe as funny and maybe taken the attention away from the turban, like maybe said something like, I don't know, I've got really big, you're really lucky because I've got really big pockets, so I can keep the phone in my pocket instead of, and then take the attention maybe away from the turban, or just say something else.
You could have said, this is my crown, I'm a king, because that's in Sikhism.
This
is our crown. This is our crown. This is we're from a royal family. It's not like for me to say. I wasn't there in front of 20 cameras. We've got two cameras here. There's no live audience. You're my audience. But I suppose at the time, 3 seconds.
It's just too less time to
First time on TV?
Yeah, first time on that scale, for sure, and so, it's just, in hindsight, we can obviously, but I think the main thing was that I came across as the good person, as a nice person on TV, regardless of the comment, because I've not made the nasty comment.
That's right, yeah.
So it's not me that I'm looking at. I don't have to look at myself. I can look at myself in the mirror and say, actually, I'm happy with
what I am.
What I am. Yeah. I'm a good person. I'm a nice person. And actually, the girl Facebooked me afterwards, and she said, "Look, but I'm really sorry if I made a bad. I don't know if what I said was bad or not, but if it was,
I'm sure some of the extremists must have attacked her as well.
Yeah, unfortunately they did. Yeah, right. She got some bad comments, and which is really bad. But I told her, I forewarned her about that as well. I said, look, if you do get any bad comments, please apologize. I'd like to give you an apology from myself because they don't represent who I am.
That's right.
And they may have just taken something.
Well, our religion teaches us not to abuse people anyway, and we respect women as opposed to
exactly.
abusing them. And
forgiveness is generally equality.
It's one of the foundations of
exactly, and even all religions, forgiveness and love and tolerance seem to be big things, in Sikhi. So,
but as a result, she's probably learnt something about Sikhi, and she's probably gone to take time out now to learn about Sikhs.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Right, so that happens, and that comment's made, and you make your comment. Then after that, you've still got the 10 lights on. Then what's this bit they give you where you can do your bit? Because the guy before you was surfing or something, skateboarding or something. Oh,
right, sure, yeah.
So you were skateboarding. So they must have said, right now you can do your item number as
it is. My item, yeah. So actually, my item was originally going to be a video, a second video, because I don't really have a talent. I can't sing, I can't really dance, and
Tu Punjabi hai?
Yeah.
Tu Bhangra to
all the boys are going, yeah.
That's what you should have done.
Yeah, I should have done that.
I would have preferred it if you'd had Punjabi MC track on, or Jazz Climax's Heat or something. You come out to that and you got a dance.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I could have done that, and I might have had maybe a few lighties on if I'd maybe done some Bhangra. Maybe Punjabi MC, that always goes down well.
Always.
But there was the other side, which was there's because there's so few Asians on TV, let alone Bengali. There's so few Asians, and they may not be.
I don't know any Bengali on TV apart from on our own channels.
Yeah, right? So that's right.
On our religious channels, obviously, and on the Asian channels, you get Bengali, but. It's hard.
And in Bollywood.
And in Bollywood. But it's hard, for on TV, on regular TV.
In regular TV, there's very few, exactly. And the last thing I wanted to do was, and this was another thing, so, I did have the decision of, I could have done Bhangra, but then there may not be another Bhangra for a while on TV. So if I do something to Bhangra, then people might think, oh, you know, all Indians, all they listen to, that's their music.
Stereotype.
Yeah, stereotype.
Yeah.
And so we're in danger of creating a stereotype around just Asian people. Whereas, you know, I don't really actually, you know, at home, I love Bhangra, love it, dancing, love it, but I don't actually listen to much Bhangra at home. I prefer listening to Western sort of chart music or Kirtan or Part. So that was, and you know, and the sort of Take Me Out crew said, look, Gangnam's quite big at the moment. What do you reckon to Param style? I was like, chal laga de fir Param style kara lenne hai. And that was it basically, you know.
Param style, we're going to talk to you after the break. We're going to go for a little break first, and I'm going to talk to you about the dancing, about your personal views on Sikhi, about you, Param the individual. So we'll show the public, apart from the 5 seconds that they saw, the 15 seconds that they saw on TV, what else you do. And we're going to talk about your quest to find a kudi. Don't worry, मैं arrangement कीता है थोड़ा यार, मैं तेनू कोई
तू मेरा कुछ करा दे तेनू
ऐतवार तो पहला ब्याह लईए तू गल दस मैं कार्ड where's my हाँ जी कार्ड चाहिए जी 200 what I'll do, we're going to ship out some cards and I'm going to meet you after the break. मैं ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਤੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਮੰਡੇ 7 ਵਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ So let's talk with Harjap.